I'm scared I will never get over you. To the nurse who almost killed me in ICU. I know it's not good to hold on to hatred and resentment, but this was 9 years ago and it still affects me to this day. I was 18 years old and put into an isolation room in the ICU because they didn't know what I had. They thought maybe it was an infectious disease. I was crippled by my illness. A central line plugged me to the wall, a catheter made it too uncomfortable to move, and I couldn't move anyway because I was too weak to do so, not even to drink a cup of water. I weighed 40 kilograms the day I eventually walked out. The physiotherapist came and put me a chair, something about lying supine putting pressure on my lungs, and asked you to put me back to bed after 1 hour because it would tire me out. You smiled, closed the door to my isolation room and left me in that chair for over 8 hours. Helpless. That's not even the half of it, but it's far too much to type here. I will never forget that day. It was the start and the end of everything. I get that it's not fun to look after a grown adult as if they're an infant, but that's what you signed up for, and believe me when I tell you, my job of trying to stay alive was far more difficult than your job of having to care for me. I was the only patient you had to look after. That's how sick I was. I'm 27 now and I'm still not over it. Anxiety, PTSD, severe depression, OCD, phobia of being trapped, you name it, I've got it. I cry as I type this. You've ruined me. My darling, I think I'm going to leave you soon. You're sitting in front of me, gaming like you always do, and the sound of your voice is still my favorite thing in the whole world. I love this little home we've built together. I love our life, my dog, my job, our friends. I love cuddles and coffees and the sleepy mornings when you snore into the crook of my neck and sleepily mumble to me that I shouldn't go. I just don't think I love you anymore. Not how I used to. Something in me broke when you betrayed me the first time. I cried on the filthy bathroom floor as girls I didn't know told me it would be okay. It wasn't. I stayed. Because I'd fought so hard to have you I couldn't imagine giving up then. But now? You crossed a line, when you flirted with her, cuddled her. I said I didn't want a threesome, darling, she was my friend, it was my birthday party for duck's sake. You didn't go all the way over but you towed it and I was so angry. I was so furious with you. All the work we put into us, months of building trust and building our little slice of heaven, and you almost threw it away again. And you've said you're sorry. You're tired of me being angry. I'm tired too. But I haven't loved you the same since that night. And I know you know there's something strange between us now. It's easy to love you when I'm here beside you, but I got to work every morning and think of the 100 ways I could leave you. Should leave you. I've always been the one fighting for us. From the start I chased you until my lungs burned. I can't fight anymore and I don't want to. You've taken all the fight out of me. And that's the crappiest part. How much I've settled into settling for second best. I don't recognize myself anymore. I don't respect the girl in the mirror. I don't think you do either. If you did you wouldn't have done anything. And I wouldn't be watching you gaming right now, your hand reaching back to stroke my hair while I tell strangers on the internet just how unhappy I am. A Valentine's Day letter to the husband I left tonight. Other people got roses, chocolates, and cute stuffed bears. I got choked against a wall at 3 a.m. while you screamed in my face, and then a bunch of bullcrap apologies all day. I can't believe you put your hands on me again tonight. After you said you never would again. Never mind, I can believe it. Abusive narcissists like you tend to do stuff like that. I have never been so terrified in my life or screamed so much in my life. I thought you were going to kill me. I'm not going to come running back to you with my tail in between my legs tomorrow like you've trained me to do. The last bridge has been burned. I'm gone. Maybe on the next Valentine's Day, I'll get those roses I deserve. To the man who beeped his horn as I was looking over the highway contemplating jumping. Thank you. Thank you for beeping and putting your thumbs up to see if I was okay. I wasn't. He gave me a light smile and drove off. He didn't speak or do anything overwhelming. Just an acknowledgement. I wish I could thank him. I wish I could let him know that I walked for 2 hours through the city that night trying to take my mind off things. I slept comfortably under a tree and woke up to early morning joggers and dogs. That's something I wouldn't have seen if it wasn't for you. Thank you, so much. Edit, I just woke up to so many amazing people telling it will be okay. I couldn't ever thank you guys enough. Thanks for the silver too, I don't really know what to say. Except for thank you. To the woman who never moved her car for an ambulance, did you know what was happening, 19 years ago? I was being born, and I was drowning in embryonic fluid that hadn't been released. I don't think you did, 'Cause then you'd have moved your car out of the way, so the ambulance could get to me. But you didn't, instead you got mad and refused. And my dad and the ambulance driver had to push your car into a field. I was a little starved for oxygen, freezing and had to be incubated. I wonder if the several minutes spent moving your car would have made a difference. Then you got even madder and tried to pursue my parents in the hospital with legal charges. Everyone laughed in your face as they should have. I'm proud of my dad and the ambulance driver for taking action that day, otherwise I wouldn't be here. I hope you move your car for ambulances now. Mom. I was locked up in my room fighting with my girlfriend on the phone all night. You knocked on my door but I just yelled at you to go away. You haven't seen me in 3 days because I spent the weekend with my girlfriend. It's already midnight and you're fast asleep. I come down from my room to the kitchen to see you prepared food for me. So that's why you knocked on my door. I've been giving you crap all my life and you always respond with love. I don't know how you put up with me. I promise I'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Forever grateful to have a mom like you. Love you, Mom. To my wife, whom I can't say this to right now because you're asleep. Because I'm tired and can't sleep. Because I don't have a piece of paper to write on. Because I'm a coward because can't let my feelings out. Because this is anonymous and these are strangers. I love you. You are bright, funny, beautiful, driven, sexy, creative, intelligent. You are a brilliant light in a world as dark as the blackest ink and I am a product of that dark world. I was selfish, immature, guarded, mean, afraid, defensive. But I loved. I saw you and only you and I loved. For 20 years I have loved. When I was in Iraq, I loved. I begged God every night to let me see you and our baby girl just one more time before he took me, because I knew I was dead. I knew it, but it never happened. Instead, I came home. I wanted to cry. I couldn't. You've stuck by me through so much. I don't deserve you. I didn't deserve you when I was a drunk. I didn't deserve you when I didn't care about you because all I could see was my misery. But here you are. Beside me still. Strong as ever. Ready for a new adventure. And I want you to know. I have never loved you more. You saved me. You were my lighthouse then and you're my guide today. I don't deserve you, but I thank God every day that you disagree. Thank you. I'm scared I will never get over you. Meeting you was a blessing and a curse. I now know the type of love that is talked about in romantic movies and in love songs. I now know how sometimes someone can get your attention from the smallest of things like a warm smile, a pleasant thank you, a sincere apology, a glance from a distance, eye contact, or any other subtle cues. Those moments when time stands still and you feel like only you and that person exist in that moment in time. I never believed in love like that until I met you. That is the blessing part. The curse is not being able to forget you. Not being able to get over you. Not being able to replace you. Not being able to look at the next person while knowing my heart still belongs to you. Now I know what true love is. Thank you for that. I still love you. I think I always will. Thank you for watching Moogly TTS. If you love the Moogly voice then subscribe, hit the like button and comment what you want Moogly to read to you next. Lots of love.